Unbeknownst to many of you, there has been a recent discovery at the London School of Archaeology around Camelot and King Arthur. In fact, specifically, this has been a discovery around Merlin's books that have actually talked about how King Arthur made the selection for the elders that accompanied him around the Round Table. So that takes us to what is called the Council of the Marble Star. That's what the particular activity was called. And in the Council of the Marble Star, the participants are potential elders for their respective villages within that community. So in order to be designated as elders, the participants must demonstrate two abilities. The first ability is a commercial ability. They must demonstrate an ability to produce results. And in order to do that, they will trade, barter, and negotiate in order to achieve the highest score possible. And there is a minimum standard that they must achieve in order to be designated as an elder, and that's 650 standard credits. Well, not only must they demonstrate a commercial ability, but they must also demonstrate a culture and values ability. And that means that they must also pass the test of what is called the 5 Shumas. And the 5 Shumas are that you have won the absolute trust of others, that others feel valued and esteemed by you, that others felt you held their interest in high regard, that others felt you dealt honestly and ethically, and that others have confidence in your ability. And in order to achieve these two objectives, the teams will interact together. There's 12 teams, and they participate over 4 quarters, which are about 60 minutes long. And they will trade, barter, and negotiate. The first thing they have are called copals, and those are pieces of leather that they will trade and have certain values. They have precious stones of varying sorts that also have values. They have currency or cash, which is referred to as standard credits, and they have information. And they will use these resources in order to achieve that highest net worth at the end of the activity. Now, once the activity is completed, they will then have a subjective vote, meaning as you went about achieving your commercial results, were you able to do those in accordance with the Shumas as they related to your interactions with me? And teams are allowed to say, yes, you did, or no, you didn't, which becomes a very, very powerful debrief process. So when we move into the debrief, the first question we ask is, well, why did we have both components, the commercial component and the culture component? And teams say, well, this is what we have to deal with every day. We have to straddle this tension of being called to deliver commercial results and being called to live our culture and values, whether that's inside our organization or whether that's outside our organization with our customers and suppliers. We will then, as we explore the challenges in being able to achieve those, people often say these are exactly the same challenges that we face day in and day out. Do we have the information? Do we have the relationships? Are we aware of when we're perhaps not achieving the yes votes according to the Shumas that we wish we were? And so throughout this process, it allows a very, very powerful debrief for us to now look at within the organization, whether you're someone who's a leader or someone who's in the world of sales, or just a person within the organization, how are we actually living our values? How are we, what are the challenges we face in trying to live them day in and day out? And how are we living them in the context of being able to deliver on our commercial commitments? There's a lot of opportunity for customization within this particular activity. We can customize the particular Shumas to match the culture and values of your particular organization. And we can insert in the particular commercial results that your organization is dealing with, whether that could be things like revenue or EBIT, or it could be things like decreasing waste, increasing customers, whatever it may happen to be. So we can make lots of application from a customer point of view. We can also use this in the context of accountability by bringing forward a commitment to a certain standard up front. we can then explore that at the end and say, how did you do against your committed standard? Which allows for a powerful debrief and discussion around the issue of accountability. Accountability to commercial commitments and accountability to culture and values. So very, very powerful activity, fun, engaging, highly interactive, and allows us to go into this concept of straddling commercial results and delivering those commercial results while we role model our culture and values.